Yo, what it is, YouTube? It's your boy D West, man. It's this NBA 2K14 with the welcome back game. It's your boy's first entry going back to NBA 2K14 after playing NBA Live 14 for a couple months in the Rising Star mode. I started to miss it. I really missed it. And over time, I just kind of decided, at least for this year, until live can get where it really needs to be, this is probably the best game, at least for a series. So I want to be able to give y'all the best quality video and to be playing the best game as I'm trying to get to the lane right here. I get the nice assist though, you know, you getting it in there. I got a pretty good team. I mean, we're not world beaters by any stretch. Orlando's got a kind of, they always keep a balanced roster, so I kind of decided. I mean, I wanted to play for the Heat, but it's close. It's Florida, so I decided to go ahead and stick with them. I like this matchup though. I like me up against James Harden. He kind of gave me the business a couple times this game, and it got ugly. But I mean, like I held my own clearly. I'm not a rookie or nothing like that, so I held my own this game. I thought another BS foul though. A lot of the times in this game, I feel like the computer gets different treatment from the players, if you know what I mean. Like, if you playing my team or something like that, and you hit the lane hard and you bounce off somebody and you miss a shot, you know what I mean? You don't get that foul for the most part. They just kind of reward rugged defense. In which case, I missed that. A lot of the times, it's like they don't they don't take into the equation the defense is being played, and sometimes it seems like they're just desensitized to fouls. Period. Like, this dude right here trying to get to the lane, just throwing it up. In which case, that one shouldn't be called. Of course not. But a lot of them do end up called because it seems like it's just a computer. Like that right there, that's just a throw up. That's a desperation shot, but it still works. Probably like 80% of the time, depending on who you got, especially with Michael Jordan, which is one of the disappointing things about the game. That's kind of why I don't play my team that much no more. But I'm gonna get into that in another video. Probably do that over the second half, whatever like that. But for this first half, I just wanna really discuss what I think about NBA 2K14 and what I think about NBA 2K15 or what it should be, and the improvements I want to see made. Um, as you can see, I play this game quite a bit. I know it pretty good. I know basketball, so it's just within playing my position and within staying in front of the guys like that right there. In which case, he probably would have made that shot in real life, but it's just staying in front of people, getting back into the flow of this as compared to NBA Live because it's a lot faster compared to live. The only the reasons I know this is the 2K video, but the only reason I can really say that I like live is just because of the freedom. Being able to simple stuff like picking your own jerseys, little BS reasons. But in terms of gameplay perspective, I can't think of any other sports series besides, like I said, probably before, FIFA. FIFA is my favorite sports series of all time because it seems like even with the limited hardware, and I mean all the little bitty problems that they've had over the years, they've always seemed to find a way to correct them and to actually get done what people want done as compared to just throwing on icing on the cake. In which case now they can put icing on the cake because they have such a good formula. That was a BS charge. But I think that really means the world to me buying a game knowing that I'm gonna be able to play it for, you know, a year plus. It should actually be, if I can't get the next version of it, I should be able to play that game until I can. And they should update it until I can. And that's been the case mostly, but with a lot of these games you don't really get the best of those games afterwards. With FIFA, I can honestly say I feel like I'm still playing not the I can't say the best version, but I feel like I'm playing a pretty good version anytime that I buy that and invest in that $60 as I get the three right there. Investing that $60, that means something to me. Not that I don't have it or whatever like that. Not that I really just do, like I'm just balling. But shit, to get a half-ass product and to have somebody try to market it to me though, as if it's like you gotta buy this year's. It's so much better than last year's, and I'm a long time Madden player. The shit that we've seen from Madden and the hype machine that is Madden and the problems that the game has had over the last few years. I can think of countless problems with the last few Madden games, probably all the way back to like maybe '08, '09, not being able to move sometimes, and with the last ones with this, I forget the name of it. I'm sorry. The name, the Infinity motion. It I like the way that it changes up the way that the game is played. Sometimes you need an extra yard or two, and it makes it a little bit easier to fight for it. It made for some interesting tackles. It was fun to play around with for maybe like an hour, and then I had a friend of mine. Sorry, I can't remember the screen name anymore. I had a friend of mine introduced me to a game called Backbreaker, and that kind of put all that shit out the window right there. And then I started playing All Pro Football 2K8, and that blew Madden. Like it was like playing ESPN NFL 2K5 again for the first time because it was tighter, but I mean it was a little bit slower, but with a few tweaks, which 2K, I give 2K. That's the reason that I'm going back to 2K14. Probably even next year, gonna roll with 2K. Game sliders. Game sliders are the most important thing in the world to me in a sports game because a lot of the times games don't come perfect. They're just not. A lot of these guys, they play sports, but some of these guys they didn't. Some of these guys they don't understand. You know what you need in terms to be successful offensively and defensively in certain sports, or maybe they're just familiar with other sports. As I try to get the switch right there, I think a lot of times they hire the wrong people to work on sports games because they worry about the wrong things. Um, a lot of people have been worried about graphics this year, and that's where they made their decision in buying their basketball this year. And I bought both games because I like both games. I like what Live gives. I like what NBA 2K gives. It's it's not the same, but it's almost the same message. It's almost the same idea, I guess I could say, because with what NBA 2K is doing, it's opening up the floor for guard play. It's the way that basketball is right now. It's the way that things are going or gravitating towards being in the future. NBA Live is basketball essentials. It's the fundamentals breeding you into what they ended up having with bounce tech and everything else. But the fundamentals start that foot placement in NBA Live is more important than probably I've seen maybe even in like FIFA or Madden. It's ridiculous how much being set and making and taking the right shots factors in on you making shots. Uh, I was playing a couple weeks ago with a couple friends. We were just passing the controllers around, and I was kicking ass. But I just kept thinking like, I really normally I'm not even just like that with sports games. Normally, I'll sit around and play one. You know what I mean? And we played pretty much everything you can think of. I mean, well, at least NBA 2K and NBA Live 14. But a lot of people gravitate towards 2K, and I can understand why. As you can see me playing, I've been playing NBA 2K since Allen Iverson was on the cover and the game was on Dreamcast. In which case, kind of makes me feel old right now. I wish I hadn't said that, but it's it's such a quality game. It's such a high quality game. It's almost the difference between like Battlefield and Call of Duty, because Call of Duty has been honed. It's this engine that it just fucking works, regardless of what happens, regardless of what platform it's on. It just works. And Battlefield is so technical. It's so, I hate to say it, but it's kind of gimmicky, to where numbers factor in on everything that you do, and everything has to be perfect. You got to strategize everything, and that's kind of like the difference between these games right now. To me, I feel like you have to take a tactical approach if you want to win in NBA Live, because you can't just play dummy ball or hero ball. But with NBA 2K, I've seen that that's almost a better way of playing than trying to play as a team and move the ball, because a lot of times you end up getting the ball took. Not that much here. I played my career most of the time on NBA 2K. This is my favorite game mode on this game probably since, well, I can't say since, I'd say at least the second year it was introduced. Um, just being that you can change your shot, just being that you can get out with this guy and you can practice your shot and your layup packages, and you can have new layup packages. It's a lot more fleshed out than NBA Live is as far as the Rising Star, which kind of sucks right now. But I'm hoping next year EA is gonna bring it, because I really enjoy playing Rising Star. Like I said, I'm probably still gonna do some Rising Star. I don't want to be a dick about it and tell you I am, because I might, end up just not playing live at all anymore. I said it a couple videos ago. I really don't want to mess up my flow on this game by playing other games. I mean, or other basketball games. Just like, I wouldn't want to mess up my flow on live when I had it just going every day compared to 2K. I didn't play 2K at all then. Matter of fact, I just got 2K again. So, you know, I mean, it's a toss up between the games, in my opinion, because I feel like 2K is better, but it's not perfect. And until either or is perfect, I can't just recommend one or the other, because Live has sim elements. It's a little bit harder, because you can, but it's a little bit harder to just be stupid on Live than 2K. And nobody, if somebody had told you that maybe in 2002, 2003, you wouldn't have believed it. If you were playing these games then, if somebody told you that NBA Live would be harder to play and score on than NBA 2K, you would have thought it was bullshit. So, you know, I mean, just consider that. Just consider the fact that, the difficulty is what it is in NBA Live. It's a little bit more punishing a game than 2K is this year. But if you got the money, pick it up, man. I mean, for like $39.99 or $30, pick it up. It's a really good game since the update. Um, if you don't have 2K, I don't know what you're doing though. This is the best game out for the next gen consoles. So until the next half, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy D West, and I'm out of here.